Hi guys, it's Stella Forever and back to you with another video. This video will be about how to love yourself, and I'll be teaching you how to love yourself pretty much, and how to be confident and how to be happy. And just keep on watching the video to find out how to be happy, I guess.
Ladies and gentlemen.
If you know me in real life, I'm actually really happy about myself, and I really do love myself, so I'm actually a good expert on this. So we all have our down days, I guess, our bad days, and at the end, the only person you have really is yourself. If you need help, I can give you some tips, which work pretty well. First off, don't compare yourself to anyone else, because you alone are amazing and unique, and you don't need anyone else to compare to, because each of us are different and we do different things. And if you're comparing money and stuff like success, well, that's a different thing. You're not comparing yourself, you're comparing like materialistic things. Thing is, you just have to find something and realize, like, does that make them happy? Does like money or like success make them happy? Are they happy by themselves? And think of how much you will be successful. Think of how much money you will earn once you're successful in your future. Think of that. That will help you. Take care of yourself. For example, you cannot be happy if you're alone in your room and it's just eating Doritos and like watching some TV. Well, you must be thinking, I do that all the time, but that's not what I mean. Like, you obviously can enjoy yourself. I enjoy myself by watching Netflix on my computer, my laptop, and eating like snacks. That's something that helps me. But you have to take care of yourself. Don't just do that all the time. Please exercise. Go outside. The sun will make you so much more happy. Go out in the mall. Go look at some like clothes. That makes me happy all the time. You just have to go out and treat yourself, meaning, once in a while, get yourself something that makes you happy. Get something that you were looking up for, that you really wanted to get for a long time. That's not a bad thing. That's exactly what you want to do. Another thing, make sure you treat your bodies well. Make sure you sleep, that you don't want to be cranky when you wake up. Make sure you eat healthy. You don't want your body to be collapsing. And make sure you exercise. Exercise does really make you happy. Yes, you might be exhausted, and the hard part is actually getting to do some work. You know what I mean? Once you actually are doing something, it's not as hard, trust me. The next thing we're going to be talking about is friends. What friends you want and which friends you don't want to be around with. So you don't want negative and fake friends. How do you tell the difference between fake friends and good friends? Well, the first thing is, what do they talk about? How do they treat you? Do they treat you well? Do they talk negativity to you? Or are they just honest? You do want honesty in your life. You do want to be honest to yourself. You do want to be honest to other people, and you want honesty in return. So if your friend is honest to you, well, that's nice, but you don't want her to be way too like rude. You don't want your friends to be fake. That's the thing. Make sure they're not negative. Make sure they're not talking bad about other people all the time. That's not a good friend. And they will make you feel bad about yourself too. So if they're doing all of that stuff, they're actually making yourself feel bad. They're the ones that are bringing you down. Once you find that your friend is fake, what do? You just have to make sure you're not talking to them ever again. If you're not ready for that, you can do it slowly. But what I recommend you, if you get a fake friend, if you know someone is fake, if you know someone is not a good person, negative, you have to stop connection with them and forget them right away. I forget all my negative friends right away. I forget negativity. I forget bad things that happen to me right away. Obviously, I do neglect on them sometimes. That helps me too. But you have to drop your fake friends right away. Then that's not good. Delete negative people from your life. Next subject is attachment. Don't be attached to one thing. Don't be attached to someone, because what if they leave? What if they turn out to be not good? Then you yourself, depending on them, will collapse. You don't want to do that. Find happiness within yourself. Find happiness in things you like to do. Don't depend on someone else to give you happiness. You know what I mean? You want to be happy around friends and family. That's where happiness comes from. But you don't want to depend on them. You don't want to be too attached to them, because that's not going to end up pretty well if they leave you. Our next subject is, you don't want to want more. You want to be happy wherever you are. You can't just be always seeking for more. You can't be wanting more, and don't be materialistic either. So if you get, let's say, if your mom gives you a present, let's say it's 2 lipsticks, and you would think, well, why didn't I get a mascara? Why didn't I get a palette? Like, you always want more, which I don't think is really what you would want. Well, that's a bad example, but you, like, let's say life throws something at you, and you would keep on not being happy with what you get, so you have to be happy with what you get already and don't want more. Our next step is appreciate yourself.
Accept yourself. Love yourself. Accept yourself.
You know, you have to love yourself. That's the whole subject of the video, so I'm not going to be too much on that because I'm talking about the whole thing right now. The next subject is pretty big, and it's just you don't want to care. You do you. You don't need to care about anyone. This is your life. You do whatever you want, and the big thing is you just don't care. If let's say your makeup is ruined, you just don't care, like, whatever, I'm still happy, I still have a life, like, who cares, right? Let's say you got the wrong outfit today, who cares, right? Like, I know you do, but you don't have to because nobody else does. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't get enough likes, who cares? Nobody really cares about that because them themselves are worrying about them alone. People don't care because they are really way too distracted to be caring for themselves. So don't be worried about what others think. Our next subject is do what you like, do what makes you happy, find a hobby. That's what I'm trying to say. Our next subject is take in criticism. Next, you have to, wow, just dropped my phone almost. Taking criticism well, don't make it a big deal. Criticism is actually pretty well, and you want honest reviews on yourself from your family, from your close friends. It doesn't have to be negative criticism. Criticism is not always bad. It's not even mostly bad. Make sure you listen to your family and friends, and if they're telling you, wow, that guy is not good for you, that's like criticism, and you should take that in. You should think about it, you know what I mean? But you should really think about it because, like, friends know best for you, and true friends don't want you to fail. What if the thing you're wearing, then you look back at it and you're like, that really didn't suit me and that, like, ruined something for me? I don't know, something like that. Like, that's really big. I'm giving bad examples, but you know what I'm trying to say. So, like, taking criticism is actually pretty good. You have to find yourself before you depend on anyone else, before you start dating. You just have to know yourself. It'll make you so much more happier. Be confident. Just be confident. That's pretty big. And if you're wondering how to be confident, well, that's the same thing as loving yourself. Like, the whole video. Watch the video, right? Well, if you got this far, you're obviously watching the video, so pretty smart. Pretty smart. So, our next subject is meditation. You want to meditate sometimes. You have to, like, however you reflect, however you neglect, or whatever the word is. There's some pretty good apps out there to meditate. Like, listen to some music, you know, lay around, think about, like, stuff, think about your life. I meditate a lot, which you might think is pretty stupid, and only Sharpay Evans or Emma Roberts is Scream Queens meditates or something like that.
Okay, so I tried to search up a picture of Emma Roberts and Sharpay Evans meditating, but didn't find any pictures, so I guess I'm wrong. But tell me, don't you remember specifically both of them meditating in High School Musical and Scream Queens? So, and yes, I do know that it's Ashley Tisdale and not freaking Sharpay Evans. Okay, bye.
It's pretty, like, you think it's pretty stupid. No, not really. You want to meditate. Meditation is actually pretty well. It's pretty good. There's the app Headspace is pretty well. So just meditate. It actually helps a lot. Our next thing is make a journal. Write about your day. Think about all of this stuff, and then you can go back and look at your mistakes, right? Make new friends, you know, always get out there. Like, talk to people. Like, honestly, this will make you so much happier. Interacting with people is so fun. Make friends, get out there, you know, interact with people. And the other subject is look around you, look at people who are really cool, and think to yourself, are they truly happy, or is it just, like, fake? Yeah, just think to yourself, like, wow, I actually am really happy. Wow, I actually really love myself. Like, think that, you know what I mean?
Wow, I'm actually an idiot.
Think about your bad pasts. Think about horrible things that happened to you. That will actually help you. Don't think I'm lying to you right now. This will actually help you, like, look at the past and think now, like, how far you become, how far you got. That's pretty main. Be yourself. Be real. Don't be fake. You want to be real always, because at the end of the day, like I already said, you're the only one that you want to. You're the only one that is there for you, and you want to be real to yourself. Anyway, yeah. My last closing statement is: be yourself. Be honest. Treat yourself well, and delete negative people from your life. And I hope you enjoyed this sit-down talk with me, and I hope this really helps you to be happy, be confident, really just loving yourself. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. I love you. Honesty is the best policy.